I think historically French governments had always problem with, if you like, their decisions, because French society is very different to maybe what we see in Australia, in some other also European countries. And so I think this is a great victory almost for people, in a sense that this is for the first time Macron government in effect has backed off from its decision. And we are not even sure that in the upcoming, for instance, weekend, that people don't rush to the street to say, well, we don't want simply suspension of the fuel tax, we want complete abolition of this tax. So the story is not over, if you like. At the same time, it could challenge some of the economic agenda of Macron with regard to labor reform, social security reform, and some of the tax reforms that he is embarking on.
I can't help but look at what's happening in France and then make the correlation to this COP24 meeting that's happening, which seems to highlight the challenges that governments have in trying to tackle the issue of climate change when it comes at the expense of citizens who say they don't simply want to pay up for something like this. I mean, what do you think that what's playing out in France suggests in terms of how the governments initiate what has been laid out in the Paris Climate Agreement? Because it certainly hasn't been an easy road, even though they have until 2020 to implement this.
I think that's the very issue. In other words, France wants to say, well, the climate agreement made in Paris is an important step. France should lead, if you like, combat against the climate change. And yet, as you know, the reality is that people in France and in many other parts of the world, including in Australia, they don't like to lose their living standards at the expense of protection of the environment. And I think for that reason, some of the global comments, one of them is climate change, the other one is global financial stability, needs to be done collectively by all nations, and it requires a new global governance. And I think that's where the national politicians need to focus more than trying to activate, if you like, policies at piecemeal level, at national level, to deal with an issue which is frankly global and requires global solution.
Hi, I'm Emily Tan, and thanks for watching CNBC. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more. Thanks for watching.